How's it going, vaqueros, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be all about the Snakeshot pistols that have returned from Modern Warfare 2019. That's right, the Basilisk revolver is in Modern Warfare 2, and one of the attachments you can unlock in the ammunition tab is the Snakeshot ammo type, and it behaves just like it did in Modern Warfare 2019. So with this video, we're going to compare the Modern Warfare 2019 version to the version from Modern Warfare 2022. We're going to compare the one-shot kill range for both the single version and Akimbo, as well as the longest one-shot kill range. And then at the end, we're going to talk about whether I think it's overpowered or not as a secondary. So without further ado, let's just get into it. First off, in Modern Warfare 2019, when these things first came out, they were a menace and they were absolutely devastating, but not many people had them unlocked at first, but once everybody caught wind of them, they were everywhere, and it's a secondary, so you could rock it no matter what. And, well, eventually they did catch a nerf. So what I did was I went back to Modern Warfare 2019 and tested the numbers. Now, the base 357 from Modern Warfare 2019 has a one-shot kill range of about 6.5 meters. That's with no attachments. And that is also fully aimed down sights. You could use the 5mm laser to get a really tight hipfire spread, but it's a lot more inconsistent, so aiming down sights is a must for consistency. Now, when we compare that to the one from Modern Warfare 2, basically, the Basilisk with the Snakeshot ammo in the base one-shot kill range is sitting at 8.8 meters. So right off the bat, you can tell that is basically 2.3 meters longer than the one-shot kill for the Modern Warfare 2019 version. In fact, this is closer to how it was when the Snakeshots first came out in Modern Warfare 2019. So this is kind of harkening back to that. And yes, it is strong. But granted, this is the single version, so in order to use this one really well, you're going to have to aim down sights. It really is kind of important. I mean, you can hit fire still, but again, just like with some shotguns, if you want it to be more consistent at these ranges, like really pushing that 8-meter range, you're going to have to aim down sights and really get those pellets on target. As a note, this does shoot 8 pellets, and it's basically damage per pellet. So what happens when you unlock the largest barrel that we have for the guns? Well, in Modern Warfare 2019, with the long barrel attachment, you could get a one-shot kill aiming down sights around 8.8 meters. Funny how that works out, right? That's actually the same range as the base Snakeshot one-shot kill in Modern Warfare 2019. So what about the Modern Warfare 2022 version? When you stack on that big barrel that we have access to, it takes that one-shot kill range aiming down sights up to about 11 meters. That is comparable to the Bryson 890, which is basically a 12-meter one-shot kill aiming down sights. So this is a pocket shotgun in a lot of ways, and that is really no joke. 11 meters for a pistol like this is absolutely devastating. That is pretty awesome. So if you haven't unlocked the long barrel yet, level it up, try it out, because this is definitely the way to go. One thing to note is this gun does have a slight delay from when you actually pull the trigger to when it fires. Because it's a double action revolver, you'll see that you actually pull the trigger and then the hammer comes back, so you have to wait for that to kick in. So there's always a slight little delay when you pull the trigger and when you actually shoot. It's a little weird. It's not super bad, but it can throw off your shots if you're not used to it. I definitely get thrown off by it at times, so it's just something to keep in mind that I thought I would mention in brief. But of course, what good are the Snakeshots without Akimbo? Of course, Akimbo is back in Modern Warfare 2022, so let's compare the Akimbo stats real quick. So first of all, what I did in Modern Warfare 2019, I took the 5mm laser, the biggest barrel I could find, and I did it Akimbo, so I could basically get the most range and the tightest hipfire possible, and the one tap, or basically two tap, I could get for that gun was around 6.3 meters. Now, when I say one tap or two tap, it basically means one trigger pull from each gun. There's no real way to get a technical one shot, like you can't just fire one of the guns and get a kill. It has to be one from each. So that's, I guess I'll just call it a two tap for consistency's sake, but basically the two tap range was about 6.3 meters, which is pretty good. That's really not bad. Again, considering it's a secondary, that's really good. Now, when we take a look at the counterpart in Modern Warfare 2022, we basically have the long barrel for range, and then I had a laser for hipfire accuracy, and of course Akimbo, and basically the two tap range that we got for this was about 7.7 meters. Again, that's one from each pistol. You can't shoot one and get a kill like that. It has to be both at the same time or alternating or whatever. But basically, yeah, Akimbo, even in Modern Warfare 2022, is better than it was in Modern Warfare 2019. So as you can see from all of those numbers, this thing is better than it was before, and it's more akin to how it was at launch in Modern Warfare 2019. That being said, the Modern Warfare version, when it first came out and it was akimboed, was a lot deadlier. This one is a little more inconsistent, but it does have better range, so just keep that in mind. It's not going to be blasting people from miles away, and the effective range is also a lot shorter, so again, you're going to have to be up close to make this work. But hey, it's Akimbo, it's a shotgun pistol, it's a lot of fun, so I really recommend it, and as a secondary, it's really strong. Now, let's go over what I think about it, and do I think it's overpowered? I think as a primary, when I was maining it, trying to get gameplay with it, it was decently strong. This is a really strong secondary to use, but I was using it as a primary. If you use it as a true secondary, this is easily going to be one of the best secondaries in the game to have, although it is a little bit more unforgiving. But because it has such a long one-shot kill range and it has such good akimbo hipfire, this thing is very strong. Now, do I think it's overpowered? I do think it is slightly overtuned. I'm not just going to say it's blatantly overpowered. I do think you still need to be consistent and aim well with it, but I do think it might need a little bit of a reduction to its one-shot range to be more in line with where it was in Modern Warfare 2019. I think maybe pushing it down to like a 9-meter one-shot would be okay. 11 meters is pretty awesome, but again, to get that, you have to be so consistent. So I'm kind of indifferent. I don't think it's really that strong, but I do think it is pretty strong, and I could see it getting a little nerf, but I'm not going to be the one to say it's broken, oh my god, it needs enough. No, I'm kind of indifferent to it, but maybe we just have to wait and see how people abuse it, and then maybe once it gets on my nerves enough, I'll change my mind. But for right now, I don't really think it's that overpowered. So that is just about going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you learned something new about it. I hope you learned some basic stats about it and got a fun idea of what the gun is like. So go level it up, go try out the Snakeshot pistol, go try out the Basilisk. It's actually one of the few revolvers in Call of Duty history that we've had that has a one-shot potential without Snakeshot to the chest. Seriously, go check out sim.gg. 100 damage to the chest. But anyway, let me know what you think of the gun in the comments below. Let me know what you want to see from me next. And with all that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.